Welcome to the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. I'm Chad.
I'm Dale.
We're coming to you Saturday, the afternoon before Game 2. We're going to do a little pregame, postgame. So we're going to talk about Game 1, the ugliness that was Game 1. There was nothing pretty about Game 1.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
And we're going to set up Game 2. So our thoughts on Game 1, what we think in Game 2. Then we're going to come back after the game and talk about what happened.
Yeah, hopefully.
So let's go. Hopefully a Leafs win.
Hopefully a Leafs win. That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Let's go back to Game 1 on Thursday night.
Yeah. Let me just go here quick off the top, Chad. So here's where I'm at with this. Like, getting ready for Game 1, excited all day, super pumped. Here we go, 7 o'clock, 7:30. Hockey night in Canada starts with like the opening montage there. And it was awesome, man. Like, I thought it was great, super pumped, like so fucking excited to get
Leaf
this
jerseys
thing going.
Everywhere I went, I saw Leaf jerseys everywhere. I saw Habs flags. Like, everyone in the province is pumped, whether you're a Habs fan, Leaf fan. Pumped.
So excited to get this thing going, right? So, like, here we go, like doing the anthem. Even though there's no fans there, I'm feeling it. I'm like, can't wait. Game starts, like, I don't even sit down, man. Standing up, watching it, just like so excited for the initial like 5 minutes and a bit. Like, I'm just whatever. Can't even sit down. I'm just so fucking excited. And within like a blink of an eye, just like that, 10 minutes into the game, I mean, we don't need to spend a lot of time on this because it's been talked to about thoroughly over the last several days since it's happened. But if you kind of want to go over it quick, and then I'll chime in with my 2 cents and we'll move on from it.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want me to go ahead? You want me to talk about
how do you want to know the actual truth? I didn't see it live.
Like, you weren't watching at the time, you just didn't see it?
No, I was watching the game, and then I was like, okay, at the next whistle, I'm just going to run down and put the pool cover on the pool. So what I did was I put my Bluetooth in, and I was listening to Bowen and Ralph, and I go outside. And honestly, I just started closing the pool for the night, and they're like, oh, there's a big hit at center ice. Joe Bowen, I swear to God, he was choking up.
Oh, I don't
calling it. He was just like, Tavares is on the ice. Oh my God, this is not good. This is not good. So I'm listening, like, what's going on? I run upstairs, and then of course saw the replay 5 million times on Sportsnet.
Yeah.
And just as I got upstairs, he was starting to try to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the trainers were on the ice and he fell back, and like my heart went into my throat.
Oh yeah.
I was shook, and I don't know. I'm lost for words on what to say about I saw and what happened.
It's still upsetting. Like, the whole fact that he's going to be like, okay, is great. And we'll get to that in a second here. Or okay. I mean, okay for, like, he still has a massive concussion, but okay.
But we didn't know if he was dead or if he had a broken neck.
That's the whole thing, man. Like, so basically, like within a blink of an eye, basically everyone else that was watching it too, Habs fan, Leafs fan, whatever, hockey fan, it's just like, once they started the show, it was just like, what the fuck happened? Like, it happened so quick, and it happened outside the screen. Play was going up ice, and it happened at the Habs blue line, and the camera continued to follow the puck up ice, right? And then it wasn't until Cuthbert was like, oh, Tavares is down, it looks like he's hurt. And then he got more like about, he looks really hurt. And then the camera panned back, and he's laying there unconscious. And then they started doing the replays. And so, because it happened so quick, I don't think a lot of people saw the initial knee to the head, right? But anyway, so fucking, man, okay. I'll get to Sherratt here in a second. But anyway, long story short, the mood, like, everyone's mood shifted. I went from total excitement and total optimism and anticipation to like, what the fuck am I watching right now? What is this? Like, this guy what's happening here? Like, he tried to get up. The blood was coming from his, initially he's knocked out cold, laying face down. He came to, trainer's holding his neck. And then when he started falling back, and you could see the blood kind of coming from around like his eye or his forehead.
Yeah. His eyes like rolled back into his head, and he just KO'd.
Very scary situation. And then when he went back, and that was kind of it, like he fainted or passed out again or whatever the case may be. So then it elevated.
It wasn't even about hockey anymore.
No, it was just,
I'm thinking of his wife. I'm thinking of his wife and kids. I'm thinking of like him, like, oh my God, like, is he paralyzed? Or you're thinking the worst.
Yeah, no, of course.
And you're worried. And then did it not feel weird to you that just you see Dubas running down and the whole incident, and then within minutes they just drop the puck and they're like, let's play hockey again. And as a fan, just sitting in my living room watching, I had no interest in watching the first period after that. I couldn't imagine being on the ice and trying to get back up to the level of play that you needed to get up to.
But what are you going to do? Like, what do they do at that point? Like, at least at the end there, like, I don't know what the medical staff was saying or whatever, but like, it was an encourage, obviously, like, you know, all I could think about, like you said, like all I could think about, like I just deflated everything. I was just like, oh man, like my whole excitement, everything was just like gone after watching something like that happen. Like a horrific scene, a horrific headshot. Like I can't recall.
You just wanted them to come on and say, give you an update on Tavares. Like I just kept waiting for them to say, oh, we have, you know, so-and-so has an update on JT. Sure. That's like all I wanted.
100%, man. And it was obviously an encouraging sign that like he gave the thumbs up at the end there. That was an encouraging sign, but still I'm sitting on my couch in disbelief of what I just saw. I can't believe this just happened. Like everything is running through my head. Like, I hope he's okay. I hope nothing serious of this. And then my mind starts going to like, we can't, like this team can't win. Like we're fucked. Like everything. Why does everything fucking bad have to happen to this team? Like playoff after playoff after playoff. It's one thing or another or another or another. Kadri 2 years in a row. Muzzin last year. Now Tavares. It's always fucking something. But no, I know that's besides the point of JT, but it's just, okay.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You're like, can we not get through one game?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, we just started this fucking journey, and all of a sudden now
10 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and now there's like this huge dark cloud looming fucking over everything. Great. Fucking
and it ruined I thought Nick Foligno put it perfect after the game. He said after that there just was no flow they could get into, and I felt that too.
Oh, 100%.
I couldn't get into the game.
No,
the fact that they only lost 2-1 and still almost pulled out a victory, I thought was almost amazing because mentally they looked like they had checked out.
Yeah, dude.
And like I don't blame them for checking.
No, man, the hit came at like the 10 or 11 minute mark of the first period. They still had 50 minutes to fucking play. Yeah. And like you said, like I'm watching it being like, it just took me completely out of the game. So many things running through my head. And they still had to play like almost the entire game. So kudos, like I did think they did a good job. And the whole Foligno fight afterwards and all this, like, I mean, whatever, man, fucking like, I have no problem with that personally. Yeah. I don't have a problem with it. Like, was it on purpose by Corey Perry? No, it obviously not. But Sherratt, on the other hand, kind of that knee on knee, not the coolest thing. Like if you look back at that, I'm surprised there hasn't been a lot of talk of that. So he would have been out with the knee.
Yeah. And they announced today that he has a knee injury.
Dubas comes out today and he does a press conference and he's talking about, you know, how John had been, what exactly did he say? It was kind of what was reiterated from yesterday in regards to.
Yeah, he basically just said that, like, they did all the tests at the hospital and everything. So, his bones, his spine, his neck, all that is fine. He was cleared, which is great.
Yeah, he had a CT scan, an MRI, and he was cleared of all structural damage to his head, neck, and spine. That's
which is amazing. That is like such good news.
Of course.
But he did have a knee injury, which probably came on the Sherratt hit because he kind of clipped his knee a little bit. But
so he would have been out 2 weeks anyway, with Dubas described as a similar injury to what Zach Hyman just had.
Yes, which it was a dirty hit, and it also put Tavares in a vulnerable position because he falls from that hit, trying to get out of the way of that hit.
Exactly.
And then Perry runs into him.
Exactly. So look, here, but okay. So the knee injury is one thing. Like going back to like missing a minimum 2 weeks with the knee injury. Okay, the concussion. That's a whole other ball game, right? Like, you know, you don't know how that's going to play out. He could be fine in a couple weeks, a couple months, a month.
Yeah, I think he's done.
Probably, but there's no timeline on it. Like you never know.
And JT's a beast.
But can you think of like a comparable to watching something like that? Like I know when Scott Stevens like hit Eric Lindros and like after he had several concussions and all that stuff, and he just like, it looked like Lindros was dead on the ice, like the third time Stevens crushed him at the blue line. But like, can you think of a comparable to this, like in recent memory, where you see a guy's head just get rocked like that to an extent that like I just can't recall really seeing that.
No, and I think the reason being is most of the time these concussions you see are from hits where the guy's skating with his head down. He was laying on the ice and like got a knee to the head.
Yeah.
I've never seen that in my life. And Perry was going full tilt.
Oh yeah, no
like he
doubt.
tried to jump and get out of the way, but it wasn't like Perry was just skating by slowly. He was going hard.
Yeah.
And
I've
the
heard
fact that JT wasn't ready for it, I think made it worse because his neck, it flipped back. It just whiplashed back.
Oh yeah,
so hard.
Oh dude, I'm thinking whiplash, broken neck. Like who the fuck knows, right? But it reminded me of, and I've heard this analogy the last couple days about like UFC fight. Like a lot of knockout. I don't watch the UFC personally, but a lot of knockouts recently have been like by flying knees. So like a knee to the fucking face, you're fucking out. Like especially when your head goes back like that. Like it was horrific, man. It was absolutely fucking horrific.
Yeah, it was terrible. So anyway, our thoughts and prayers with JT.
Yeah, hopefully, like, look, man, get better, John Tavares. We wish nothing but the best for him. And best case scenario, the Leafs go on a run, and maybe there's a chance we see him back if they can push this far into the spring here. But best case scenario, if that's the case. But we'll see how it goes. If that's not the case, hopefully we'll see him back next year and there's no lingering long-term issues because of what happened.
It's time for JT to get healthy. But at the same time, if we continue on with talking about game one, I felt like I'm going to give them a pass, like I said, because everything was so crazy and after watching JT. But coming into tonight for game two, it's time, boys. It's time, okay? I think I heard this on Overdrive, and it was so true. I forget who was saying it. I think it was Kristen Shilton said it, but she said this team, they lose to a Zamboni driver when he comes in. They can't score against Columbus in the bubble last year. They lose to the COVID Canucks after they come back after not playing for 2 months. Like, This is your captain just got knocked out. When JT first joined the team, they went into the island. They were burning his jersey. They were booing him. What did they do? The Leafs put up a goose egg and lost 6-0.
You're right.
This is your time to stop being pussies and play. Your captain is out. It's time to just show up and be like, we can win. We can do this. And actually fucking do it, man.
I agree. There's no more. Yeah, it's time. It is 100% time. A couple quick thoughts on game one, other than the Tavares thing. One last thing about Tavares, and then I have a couple of thoughts just on the game quickly, and then we'll just briefly queue up tonight, and then we'll get back to what happens in shakedown, all about game two after. Just John Tavares, like obviously I'm glad he's okay, and yeah, I'm glad he's okay, and all this, and hope like it's a concussion, which is never good. You never know like how that's going to play out long term effects wise. But I feel bad for him. Let me ask you this question: is there a bigger Maple Leafs fan that plays for that team than John Tavares?
No,
there's not.
And honestly, I think outside of Austin Matthews, there's no bigger loss to the team.
It's a huge loss, and
Foligno's going in tonight. You're replacing Foligno with John Tavares.
Which I like that. I like that.
It's good, but John Tavares and Austin Matthews
better than the other options. Better than Kerfoot. Better than Thornton.
Austin Matthews and John Tavares, I think, was one of, if not the best 1-2 punch of centermen in the league.
Yeah, no, don't disagree.
Now you're basically. Yeah, now you're basically down to like an average, not an average team, but a little bit above average when you had an elite 1-2 center.
All these people that have been like on Tavares, he makes too much money and they shouldn't have signed Tavares and all that. Like that goes pretty quiet at a time like this, right? When like, hey, you know what? This guy actually is a major part of this hockey team. This lineup looks completely different without him as the second line center. Yeah. But anyway, just to go back to the series and him, like I feel bad for John Tavares in this situation. I'm glad he's going to be okay, and we'll see what happens. Long-term effects of the concussions. Hopefully he deals with it in the best way possible. But for the first time in 42 years, the Leafs are playing the Habs. This might never happen again, or who knows how long it will be. If it does happen again, and now he's on the couch watching just like us instead of being a part of it. And so my heart goes out to him as a dude who is as passionate about that team as we are. He loves that fucking team.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying about the other guys on the team. Like, they know that it's time to win because maybe he can get back into the lineup. Like, right. Maybe if you go as far as you can go, you can do this. JT can come back. But
that's right.
I don't know. Something about this team worries me where a little bit of adversity and they'll just crumble.
Okay, so since you touched on that quickly, if this has to be used as a rallying point. It has, okay, like look at Stamkos last year, goes out and Tampa just kills it without him in the playoffs. Like Stamkos,
it's happened many times where teams have lost their star players and they've gone on to win.
Are the Leafs deep enough to do this without Tavares? Yes. I think they are, yes.
But to get by Montreal, sure, 100%, sure. Absolutely.
It's still a significant loss. Thank God they made the Nick Foligno trade because I like that second line better now than
with Kerfoot.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah, me too.
If Foligno's not in the fold, I'm thinking that probably just cost us maybe this series, if not definitely a long run. But anyway, get better, JT. Hopefully it doesn't seem right without him in this series. It sucks. It all around it fucking sucks. But Campbell, I thought played well. Just quickly, my thoughts on game one. I thought
Campbell played well. Great.
No issues. Like he didn't look like he wasn't ready for the moment or anything. Unfortunately, Carey Price also played well.
Oh my God.
He
played better. He played better than well.
Right.
I ran into a Habs fan this week and I'm like, I just don't get it. Carey Price can't stop shit all season. And then he doesn't play. And then he goes to the minors and lets in a few goals.
I know.
But game one of the playoffs, we got 2015 Carey Price in that.
He was coming off a concussion too, right?
Yeah, he just I don't know how he does it, man. He flicks that switch at playoff time and he's God.
Yeah,
sucks.
I know. So they're going to have to be on it tonight, and their power play, man. I mean, my God. It's like, I'm sorry. They went 0 for 4 or 0 for 5 or whatever it was.
And gave up a shorthanded.
And gave up the game-winning goal. They gave up on the power play.
On the power play.
The game-winning goal they gave up while they were on the power play. It's just insane. Yeah. Joe Thornton should not be on the power play in the first place. I'm going to call out Sheldon Keefe for making some...
Oh, man. Sheldon Keefe got out-coached hard in game one.
Look, Montreal's
coach 4 days before that's like, I'm not playing these guys and I'm playing these guys because this is a playoff roster or whatever. I thought Keefe overcoached himself in game one.
Oh yeah,
like changing the lineup so much and putting
all
these guys.
But it's tough though, man, because without the Tavares injury, who knows how that plays out?
Right, but when Tavares got hurt,
everything was really fucking.
When Tavares got hurt, he started leaning on Thornton, who we all knew didn't have it on Thursday.
No, I know, but you're right. Sheldon,
you kept texting me, and you're like, "Why the hell Spezza not getting a shot?"
Here's the thing: questionable decisions by Sheldon Keefe at best in that hockey game, without a doubt. Keefe's reluctance to move Spezza up the lineup in different situations is beyond my fucking mind. To me, my initial thought is like, keep everything the fucking same, move Spezza up with fucking Foligno and Nylander.
Just to get through the game.
To get through the game. That's what you do. And then double shift Kerfoot for the fucking fourth line. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever.
Do whatever it takes. But he always goes to Thornton. And Thornton just this season, he's older. Some games he just doesn't have it. And he just didn't have it Thursday. Maybe it was the layoff. I don't know what it was, but he just didn't have it. But he kept putting him there. And then he kept putting him on the power play. And man, he did not look good. No. He couldn't make a pass.
Well, he coughed up the game-winning goal.
I know. He coughed up the game-winning goal, but he can't be on the number one power play unit. He just can't.
With all the people probably be tonight, though.
But with all the skill on this team, why is he? I would rather I would rather Riley and Sandin and take Thornton out. I don't know.
Yeah, I would at this point, honestly, for the power play going into tonight, I would honestly go with a look of Matthews, something similar to this: Matthews, Marner, Foligno, Hyman, Simmons. I probably wouldn't even play Sandin. I would just put Mitch on the point and go with.
At this point, I would try anything. I would try what has worked.
Who are the three toughest guys on the team? Hyman, Foligno, Simmons, in my opinion. Yeah. I put those three guys on the power play. Just be like, get around the fucking net. Let Austin and Mitch control the fucking play on the outside. You guys get to the fucking middle.
Just ram it in. Ram it in. And for God's sakes, someone other than Matthews shoot the puck. Everybody knows Matthews one-timer's coming. it's just like 3 defensemen stand in front of Matthews.
No,
like,
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I think they need to dirty this fucker up. They need
they need
it up.
a shot from the point, and the 3 toughest guys just in there hammering away.
Like Mitch and Austin have missed. Okay, like Mitch and Austin, I get Sandin, Riley, whatever, but it's not working. So yeah, you can go tonight again with with Sandin on that number 1 spot. But if it doesn't happen tonight, I want to see try something fucking different. Would it kill them to fucking try? Obviously, you're not taking Mitch and Austin off of there, but put Mitch on the fucking point. Like I said, Foligno, Simmons, Hyman, boom, there you go. Like maybe Simmons comes out and you put Nylander right there because he's got a better shot. I don't know, but like
it's got to change. Something's got to change for the power play because you cannot go over. Like it's got to. They win Thursday night if they score a power play goal.
There it is. It's now at a point where
Montreal cannot score 2. If you can get 2 power play goals a night, you're going to win this series.
Now it's costing them games, costing them playoff games. This has been going on since the beginning of March. I think the stat out there is since the beginning of the March, they have scored 6 power play goals. They have also allowed 6 shorthanded goals.
No. 5.
Allowed.
They've scored 5. So they've given up 6. Their power play has given up more goals than they've allowed by 1.
There you go.
That is insane. It's crazy because at the start of the year, it couldn't miss.
We're talking about the last 85, 86 power plays. So we're approaching 100. Like we're almost at 90, 10 away from 100 power plays, 5 goals, 6 shorthanded goals, including now game-winning goals on your own power play. I'm sorry, man. It's a big problem. It could cost them this series. It literally could cost them this series. I think the Leafs will win tonight. I think the Leafs will win this series. It's only 1 game, but that power play, I'm sorry, man. Like
you're not going to win the cup. You may get by Montreal, but as soon as you run into a team that can score more than Montreal,
Colorado,
you need your power play.
Colorado, Tampa Bay, the other night.
The way
every time they get a power play, they're fucking popping it in.
I know, and the Leafs penalty kill is good, but it's not great. It's not elite. So if you face a team like Colorado, you got to get that power play going.
Oh my God. It's just, they could lose this series. They could, if they don't get it going. It's possible.
It's time for Keefe to do something, man. He got out coached in game 1. It's got to get the power play off the schneid. I know it's Manny Malholtra's thing, but let's get it going.
We'll wrap this up in a second, especially the way Price has played in game 1. If we see him again tonight and on Monday and on Tuesday, you need to take advantage. If you're getting 2, 3, 4 power plays a game, you need to take advantage of that. You have to take advantage.
So who did you think was sharp in game 1? Because to be perfectly honest, I think it was maybe 2 players.
For the Leafs?
Yeah.
Campbell and Riley. I thought Morgan Riley played a good game.
I thought Nylander too.
Yeah, Nylander was good. That was Riley's best game in the Wild. He made that skate save, or it would have been
Riley.
3.
Well, he heard you told him to hit the showers, and he's like, I can't have that.
Let's keep it going. I thought Riley played well. He was good on the rush. And Matthews was he had 8 shots, whatever. He didn't bury it.
I thought Matthews had a lot of shots, but I didn't think
Nylander. Yeah, I agree with you. Nylander.
Matthews wasn't engaged. I thought Marner was skating around, but it scares me because they were doing that thing where they did it against Columbus too, where they have the puck and they're skating, but they're not doing what you need to do. Like, look at Josh Anderson on Montreal. That guy, he's just going. He's going. He's barreling.
He was the best player on the ice, probably.
He's like, take my head off. I don't care. This puck's going to the net. Mitch and Austin aren't doing that. They're going to the outside and they're trying pretty passes. Like, I hope tonight they're like, let's do this. I don't care how we score. Let's do this.
I agree. If Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews are not the best players on the ice tonight, we got a big fucking problem. Because
this is time to earn your double-digit millions.
Put up or shut up here, boys. This is it. You can't be like, oh, we've learned this, and we were disappointed last year, and then here we are again in the playoffs.
I don't care anymore. I don't care.
I don't want to hear it anymore. Win fucking meaningful games. Find a way to win meaningful games. Period. You have to overcome the adversity of John Tavares. Good teams overcome adversity like that. It's tough. It's tough when you lose one of your best players, but they've got a lot of good players. They should be able to overcome this. we'll see what happens. We'll get in. Okay, so real quick here, the lines for tonight are Hyman, Matthews, Marner stays
Love
the same. Foligno goes to center. Galchenyuk comes in, and Nylander, that's going to be the second line. And Engvall draws in, and we'll play with Kerfoot and Mikheyev. Nash is coming out. And then Thornton, Simmons, and Spezza stays the same as your fourth line. D pairs are the same.
Minus JT, like you were saying this earlier, Galchenyuk has really put a spark in the Leafs since he's come here. He hasn't popped in many goals. But this is what I'm talking about with game one. I think,
okay, did you notice Riley Nash at all?
No. And I think Keefe overcoached himself. He worked so hard on that lineup for game one. But what he did was he kind of fucked with the chemistry they had all year.
What did I say last podcast when we were doing the lineup predictions? I'm like, what? You don't need.
But I knew Kerfoot and Riley Nash were going to get. No, in for game
I know,
one.
But they didn't need Nash in there for game one. They didn't need it. They had been rolling, and anyway, shoulda, coulda, woulda, whatever.
Yeah, but I just thought Montreal's coach is a rookie coach too. Like he's a young coach too, NHL wise, and I just felt like he outcoached Keefe. Like he knew his team better for the playoffs, and I just felt Keefe got out coached, and you don't see it very often. And I'm feeling tonight Keefe's going to bounce back with a better lineup and a better understanding of what he's got to do.
I think so as well. So that's the lineup tonight. Do you like that?
I love it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm glad Galchenyuk was the first one to get the call to come in, and I'm glad Engvall came in because I felt like Engvall was playing really well and didn't really deserve to be taken out for a guy who hadn't played in 2 months.
That's right. I had him in my game one lineup, but
I know you did. You didn't mess with the chemistry, but
I went to what I thought. Okay, anyway, here we'll see how tonight plays out. Okay,
they need scoring. Engvall's been scoring,
sure, and so had Galchenyuk, who I'd rather have a 30 goal scorer in there who maybe is going to get me one. Then Nash isn't going to get me one. I know that for sure.
Even if Nash has been playing all year, he's not a goal scorer.
No, exactly. So look, we'll see how this game plays out, and we'll have a lot to talk about after tonight's game. I'm sure, no doubt about it. But I do, and whether they win or whether they lose, and we'll see how the lineup looks. I have a lineup that I would ice tonight. I'm not going to say it now. I'll say it after the game. I wouldn't put the lines how Keefe has them right now.
Would you have the same players?
To an extent, yes, but not in the same positions that they're in right now.
Well, let's watch the game.
We'll get to that later.
And if they lose, then you can definitely go off.
Well, win or lose, I'll say what I would have done with the lineup.
But if they win, it'll kind of be a wash because whatever your lineup was doesn't matter because they won.
That's true, but we'll see who contributes and what happens in all this. But
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I like Foligno going over to center. I think that's a great move. And that line should be able to have success with Foligno, Galchenyuk, and Nylander. I'm so glad it's not going to be Thornton. I'm so glad it's not going to be Kerfoot. I would have been okay with it if they would have moved Spezza up there. But I don't get what he likes Jason Spezza, but he just won't play him up the lineup. He's been reluctant to do it all season. I don't get that. Let's end on this.
All right.
The Toronto Sun is a shit show. Let's end on this because Dubas brought it up today in his press conference. Dubas was doing the media today, and before he ended, he's like, I just want to say that he didn't say what he really wanted to say, but he just was like, it's
basically called them disgusting.
It is disgusting. How do you put he's like, and he said, I get this.
And let's not forget the Montreal paper as well.
Same thing.
The Montreal paper put victory on whatever, victory Dramatica or whatever.
Yeah.
I think
what is it? Like, Post Media. It's the same company though, is it not?
Yeah, and I think in Montreal the headline would be.
Or is it? I don't want to be incorrect on that. Is it?
No, it's Sun Media.
Sun Media. Okay.
Sun Media, but I think Montreal said dramatic victory in English, and then it had a picture of Perry.
Yeah, I saw it.
Why didn't they use the beautiful backhand shorthanded goal that they got for the 2-1? Why didn't they use that as the picture in Montreal?
Right.
Why would they use Tavares getting his face smashed in? And for the Sun, fuck you.
No, I know.
Fuck
or
you
want to get the same effect across, and you want to put something related to that on the cover, Toronto Sun. How about him on the stretcher giving the thumbs up at the end? How about that?
Yes. That would have been amazing.
Fuck you, Toronto Sun. I just want to say that, and I cannot stand anything with the Toronto Sun.
When that rolled out, we didn't know what his status was. That came out first thing Friday morning. We didn't know if if he had a fractured spine.
No.
We didn't know if he had brain damage that might be permanent. We didn't know what the hell was wrong with JT. He's got a wife. He's got kids. The guy's involved in tons of charities. He's always dropping by sick kids, does nothing but good things for the city of Toronto. And these assholes decide to just throw a picture of him KO'd with blood on his face and say Captain Crunched as their fucking headline.
I get the like whatever, like make people look like, oh my God, like a graphic photo on the front. Like I get it, but it's very distasteful and it's disgusting.
It wasn't the right time, man.
No, and the writers don't make that decision, right? There's some higher ups that make those decisions. So whoever was,
it's not even higher ups. There's a department that does headlines, but an editor has to say yes, run with that. Whoever said yes should lose their job.
100%, absolutely. But
should go over to John Tavares' house and apologize to his face.
Well, that paper is such a fucking trash fucking paper anyway that I'm sure they don't even think, they probably have no regrets about it. But
Brian Burke said it best: the Toronto Sun's only good if you have a puppy or a parakeet.
Yep, well, there you go. It's 100% right. But listen, man, I'm glad that Dubas brought it up. Like he specifically went out of his way to be like, I just want to say how distasteful and disgusting the Toronto Sun is for doing what they did. And I just could not agree more with Kyle. And again, to close on Kyle, something a little more positive. But one more time, just for good measure, fuck you, Toronto Sun, you fucking terrible, terrible, trashy fucking newspaper. Absolutely fucking disgusting. And to end on Dubas, when he was like, dude, he was like quick to act. Like he went flying out of that fucking press box, down the ice, running down the stairs, like immediately out of there. I don't know. Just seems
he cares,
like,
man.
And he left, right, to go to the hospital with him.
And when they showed him up on the thing, banging on the table, screaming to call the game, like to stop the game. I mean, this guy, I think, yes, he's a general manager and he worries about the team and everything and winning. But I think he's actually a compassionate person who is sincerely, like all of us, worried about JT's health.
Sure, 100%.
And how he was doing. And like all of us, he saw that Sun cover and was like,
he went, no, for sure. But the way he went flying out of the box and like running down towards ice level, like that wasn't like a GM move. It just looked like it was like his friend, like concerned about his friend.
He's compassionate. He probably got on the phone and they were giving him the up to date and he's like, all right, I'm on my way.
Yeah. So anyway, okay. That puts a wrap. The Leafs are down down in the series, 1 game to none. Got to win tonight.
We're going to take a break. When you're listening to this podcast, it's going to sound like a 1-minute break. But when we come back, the game will have been played and we'll be discussing who won.
Go Leafs, go. Get them tonight. Go. Big win coming
up after this break.
Hey everyone, Dale here from the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. As well, take a look at some of our other videos. If you want to listen to the audio version of our podcast, we are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all other podcast platforms. Visit tipinsportsmedia.com to find out more, and you can find a link in the description below.